I feel.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's going to be up there without a doubt. But he was talking about in all of the top 25. I think we should go up into it right now, and there's a number of other games, but let's get into our upset picks. And I think you can agree with me right here. The team that needs to have the biggest impact, number 6 Tennessee, as they
And
play
more specifically Hendon Hooker.
Oh, exactly. He needs to have his Heisman moment. He needs to lead that team at home against a very high-powered Alabama team that could be bringing back Bryce Young. We know the kind of weapons that they have, but look, this is when you hit. You got to strike when the iron's hot. You have the momentum. You and Hendon Hooker and Heupel are on the same page. They need that fast-paced, up-tempo offense to keep Alabama's defense on their heels. What are you thinking, man?
To me, this comes down to two things, and Joel Klatt, who's on the Fox Noon Kickoff, their big noon kickoff show, he's the broadcaster there. He said this perfectly. There's two things Alabama struggled with over the last, we'll say, 2-3 years. It's playing on the road, and it's pass defense, more specifically deep shots.
Yeah.
Hendon Hooker's number 1 or 2 in the country in those deep passes. In yards, in completion percentage, in attempts. So this is one where I'll say it right now. If Bryce Young isn't playing, this is a blowout. I don't think Alabama has a chance. I think if Bryce Young's in, it could go either way for me. I'm still leaning Tennessee at home. I'm calling my shot there. I'm thinking Alabama falls this week.
Woo! That's the upset. He's calling it right now. We're going to have different clips for this later, but I got to give
that make me crazy.
Yeah, buddy. And look, let's move. Hey, right. Let's move this thing along because I gotta address. I have to address what Jason said. Hey, I love his name too. My favorite college quarterback is Cameron Rising. Love that name. And hey, I'm taking this opportunity to come out here and say this. Utah at number 20 plays number 7 USC. We talked about they haven't really faced a test. I am sold on what Utah brings to the table, even though they weren't able to beat UCLA. Number 20 Utah will upset number 7 USC in a barn burner. Talking like 35-31. You heard it here first. I'll give
that make me crazy.
I'll take it one step further.
What you got?
I don't think it's as close of a score as you're giving them.
Ooh.
I'll take Utah by 2 scores. Because here's the thing with USC. They've looked very good so far. They're number 1 in sacks, number 1 in interceptions. But that's because the offense has gotten out to those quick starts right off the bat.
Yeah.
And it allows the defensive line to pull their ears back and just go. There's no worry about the run. It's just pass, pass, pass. Utah and another school that USC plays in a few weeks in the same city in UCLA, they're both very physical, very run-heavy teams.
Yeah.
How do you beat these high-powered offenses? You keep them off the field.
Exactly.
So Utah being very physical, I think they're going to wear down that defense quick because they haven't played anybody like Utah. And if we're going more specific scores, I'll say Utah 31, USC 17.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. You got tagged into Let's Talk College Football or a Ute. What is a Ute? Great movie.
That's a good question.
Yo, so that's what you got tagged into. You have any more upset picks? There's a lot of games going on this week.
There's quite a few. I'll see here what else I got. NC State Syracuse is a very interesting game. Mm-hmm. Syracuse is favored, but I'm rolling with NC State in that one.
Yeah.
I just think that defense will be enough. I got one more.
Hey, real quick, because this has been on my mind since the last show we did. The quarterback's name was DeVito. All right.
Yes, DeVito.
I was thinking about that every day. I was like, oh my God, I even forgot it today. And I was like, DeVito, I got to say.
Yeah.
Right. But what else? What other ones you got?
No, I believe that's Colin down there. I did not pick Vandy. Another top 5 team's going to fall. I got Alabama falling.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, I got you. I'm rolling FSU over Clemson.
Woo! Oh, I like that.
It's in Tallahassee. Florida State's playing very well right now. Jordan Travis, that quarterback, is playing very good football. Uiagalelei is still very hit and miss. Yeah. I'm pulling another upset there. I think this is a big week for those rankings. I think it's going to all crumble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, it could happen. FSU, led by Travis, has been playing. I mean, they've been playing solid ball. They haven't had some of the breaks as we've seen, but yeah. Clemson, it all goes with DJ Uiagalelei. They have weapons in Shipley. They have weapons out wide. They have a stout defense, but either he's the best athlete and he's a pretty solid quarterback, or he's rough. He's rough. So we're going to have to see what he brings to the table. Here we go. What do you guys think of the Terps, Indiana? This is going to be a tough game, in my opinion. Yeah. I think people are sleeping on Indiana and how good they are. We've seen, they kind of went toe to toe with you guys for a couple quarters. What are you thinking? You think Terps got this? I think Indiana might pull off the upset.
I've got the Terps having the same kind of game we did against Indiana last week, where it's toe to toe for a long time, and then you just kind of separate. I'm one of those people that's been on record all year saying I think the Terrapins are a 10-win football team talent-wise. Especially in that Big Ten, even in the East. I've got Maryland handling business late and walking away with the win.
The game is at Indiana.
Yeah, Ben said it's a tough place to play. Yeah. Very tough place to play. I saw it last week, and while Maryland isn't on that level yet with Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, they're not that far off. They've done a very good job recruiting, and that coaching staff is phenomenal there. So I think Tagovailoa and them, I think they'll handle it late.
They're gonna need to. And Hemby's leading rusher with almost 400 yards. He said, "I still go Maryland then." Oh man, look. And then Ben said, "Hallelujah, Alex Loosewort, FSU will win." But Johnny said, "No, please, don't do it. Don't do it." We will see. Hey,
they do play very well on the road.
Yeah.
It's that style travels well, the heavy run and then that play action pass to those very good wide receivers they got outside. Yep. It goes well anywhere. So, I think they'll play very well.
I love it. IU, birthplace of Kappa Alpha Psi. Hashtag #D9Love. Okay, my dude, I see you. Hey, and a quick side note. When I was in 1996, when I was playing Little League football my 8th grade year, played wide receiver on a triple option team. So I got like one pass that year. But we were amazing. Went all the way to the championship, and we ended up playing the Metropolitan Youth Super Bowl at Bird Stadium on Maryland's field. It was the first time I ever played on AstroTurf. And we had gone from playing on like literally dirt lots to actually playing a game like that. And it was an amazing experience. Definitely took me into the second half to kind of get my bearings, because you're just looking up at the crowd and it's like, oh, they snapped the ball. Like what's going on? So
that was me, my first year of junior football. Most of those pictures were from junior, and you play in most of the CFL stadiums, pretty much everywhere we go. Ooh. And my first game was in Regina in the Rough Rider Stadium. Yeah. And they specifically have you there 3 hours before. So the young guys like me could walk out there and just be like, oh my God, like this is cool. Like they give you all that time to kind of get your bearings, and then they're like, okay, snap out of it. It's game time. Like,
right. Oh man. I might have to, I like that. That would be crazy. Whoever plays Jason's house.
Oh, Jason.
Oh, here we go. Let's go. Look, there are a number of other games on the docket. Obviously, number 16, Mississippi State plays number 22, Kentucky. That's going to be an interesting one. I think, Mississippi State, led by Will Rogers, who's one of the top passers in the country year in and year out, and it's no different this year against the Kentucky team. We know about Will Levis. We know they got Chris Rodriguez back, but they've still been struggling. They've had some tough losses. Theme of the week. Get right. Is this a get right game for them? Like, they need to win this. What do you think?
Is it in Kentucky or is Mississippi State the home team? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I believe.
I think if Kentucky's at home, I think this is their get right week.
It's in Kentucky, yes.
Yeah, I think they'll pull it away in a close one, with Levis and Rodriguez and all that. I think this is one of those games where you just, if you're the coach, you walk in and yell snap out of it.
Yep.
Like this is just a week where I don't think you focus as much on what they do as a coach. It's getting your stuff right.
Yeah. And this is a game where if I'm the coach, if I'm Coach Stoops, I'm going right to Rodriguez and saying, all of us are hopping on your back and we are riding you to victory. Because like you talked about many times on this show, especially earlier, the only way to stop a premier quarterback in college football is make sure he doesn't get on the field. Yeah. Best way to do that is control the clock, run the ball. And that is what Kentucky can do. So, hey, look, you got Cavassier Smoke, you got Rodriguez, that two-headed monster. Levis can control the clock and be a game manager if necessary. Yeah, that's one of the keys, I think, to get that. It's technically an upset because obviously, Mississippi State's 5-1 and Kentucky's 4-2. But when you go back and you look at the losses that Kentucky have, you know what I mean? You have top tier. You have Ole Miss team that they lost to, and then who else did they lose to? And then South Carolina. But that was when Levis went out. So we shall see what happened. Damn, Jason's like, oh, okay. All right. Didn't even know that was in there. Here we go. Yo, actually going Mississippi State over Kentucky. Hey, it could happen, and definitely with that high-powered offense of Mississippi State. So we will definitely see. But look, we are coming close to the end of it. For those of you that don't know, ladies and gentlemen, myself and my fiance will be traveling to Michigan, which I am in Virginia, for those of you who don't know. And Michigan is a good roughly 9-hour drive from here. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to immediately go to sleep and get up at 2:00 in the morning. We are going to drive because we are going to Michigan State versus Wisconsin, the homecoming game. And I am hoping for a win. Please. Yeah. Because I don't want to deal with a loss. And no.
That long drive back, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.